Hello. So I'm Sammy Svet, and let me go ahead and share the screen. All right, so today I'm going to be doing my speech on the harmful effects of beauty standards. And here, let me present. All right. So for my introduction, the media plays a large role in the influence of beauty standards as a whole. Our society is inundated with constant advertisements and is sent a clear message as to what is deemed beautiful. Social media has also had a large influence on beauty standards. The media has affected people in many negative ways. Young women especially are heavily influenced on the unattainable beauty standards portrayed in the media. And I just have a picture of Kim Kardashian and a Victoria's Secret angel. Oops. Body image. There have been numerous studies that have demonstrated the negative effects of the social pressures to be thin on young women. In the text of the article, Adverse Effects of Social Pressures to be Thin on Young Women, an experimental investigation of the effects of fat talk, it said, numerous researchers have proposed the socio-cultural pressures to be thin promote body image, affective, and eating disturbances in young women. The main sources of these pressures come from the mass media, families, and peers. Also, the glorification of ultra-slender fashion models. The fashion industry paints an unattainable image of beauty. Weight loss teas. Advertisements for weight loss teas also perpetuate an unhealthy emphasis on being thin. Many social media influencers are guilty of promoting weight loss teas to primarily young female audiences. And I just have a picture of Flat Tummy Tea, which is a pretty common weight loss tea. And then there's Khloe Kardashian doing a brand deal for that company. Beauty standards for women in Western culture. Also in the text of that article, it said appearance is a central evaluative dimension for women in Western culture. The body dissatisfaction and negative effect that putatively result from pressure to be thin may in turn increase subsequent risk for the emergence of restrictive dieting and eating pathology. Experimental study. In the article, Adverse Effects of Social Pressures to be Thin on Young Women, an experimental investigation of the effects of fat talk, it claimed one study found that a 3-minute exposure to thin ideal images from a fashion magazine compared with controlled images resulted in increased depression, shame, guilt, stress, insecurity, and body dissatisfaction. Exposure to televised thin ideal images results in increases in body dissatisfaction. Peer pressure. A large influencer of body image is the comparison of oneself to their immediate social circle. Qualitative interviews with young girls propose the idea that intense pressures to be skinny arise from social pressures from peers. Young girls typically compare themselves to their peers more frequently than with models and actresses. Body dissatisfaction. Body dissatisfaction has emerged as a highly potent risk for eating disorders. The results concluded from the experiment conducted showed that the exposure to peer pressure to be thin resulted in a larger amount of body dissatisfaction. Also, peer pressure to be skinny has deleterious effects. Internalization of sociocultural appearance ideals. In the text of the article, Am I Too Fat to Be a Princess? Examining the effects of popular children's media on young girls' body image, it stated, it has been argued that the internalization of sociocultural appearance ideals is a contributing factor to the development of image disturbance, body image disturbance, weight concerns, and possibly even disturbed eating behavior. The role of the media is often studied and cited as an important sociocultural influence on body image. Body image on the youth. Also in the text of that same article, it claimed the age of 6 appears to be a particularly significant age for many children, especially girls, as it is the age during which sociocultural factors appear to begin forming stronger associations with the measures of body dissatisfaction. Children's media. Many popular films contain approximately 10 or more body image related messages. In the text of the article, Am I Too Fat to Be a Princess? Examining the effects of popular children's media on young girls' body image, it stated, the good characters often are depicted as beautiful and thin, and attractiveness is associated with sociability, kindness, contentedness, and success. And then I just had like the beautiful Disney princesses, which is the representation of the good, and then the bad, they make the character like less attractive. I just wanted to make that correlation. And then social comparison. Researchers suggest that dolls like Barbie may have an effect on the social comparison of young girls, similar to how peers and adolescents compare one another as they grow into their teenage years. And then, of course, we just have Barbie here. Effects of beauty standards on women. In the text of the article, the effects of the ideal of female beauty on mood and body satisfaction, it said, women feel angrier and have a greater depressed mood after looking at images of the thin ideal. This study supports previous findings that suggest that these images have a detrimental effect on women and may play a role in episodes of binge eating in response to negative mood states. According to the article that I just stated, the data also suggests that women, particularly those who are dissatisfied with their bodies or have other psychological features of eating disorders, are more vulnerable to these images than are others. And then I just had two images which are portraying the extremely thin model in the fashion industry. In conclusion, in all, the media plays a major role in the influence of the female beauty standard. There has been added societal pressure to maintain a slim figure with the reality of social media and the fashion industry. Children as young as 6 years old begin to become affected by the skewed beauty standards. It's important to take a step back from the media and recognize that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. And then I just have my references here, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching.